Hello and welcome to Gavilan Connects. I'm Esmeralda Montenegro, Professor of Journalism and TV Production here at Gavilan College. And today I have a very special guest. Her name is Lisa Bruce, and she is the founder of a new nonprofit organization, Unspoken Works. Lisa, welcome.
Thank you.
And well, tell us what is this new nonprofit that is born here in Gilroy.
Yes, Unspoken Works is a nonprofit. We work with children from anywhere from ages 2 to 17. We partner with foster care programs, social services, and schools to find children in need, and we help those children with specific needs. We help them with hygiene needs, bicycle needs, stockings at Christmas, Easter baskets, and backpacks filled with school supplies.
That seems like a lot.
It is a lot.
And how is it that this organization, this program is born? What was it that triggered you to want to help?
Well, I worked originally for a major insurance company from the time I was 18. However, 20 years into that, I became disabled and actually lost my position at that job. And at first went through a great deal of depression and loss of purpose, trying to seek my purpose in life. And in doing that, I volunteered a lot at my children's schools. And when I would go into the classrooms, I saw a lot of differences between the children. I saw the, as I call it, the haves and the have-nots. And what bothered me the most was that the have-nots got picked on a lot. And it hurt my heart. And I started just being led to feel that I had to do something about it, that perhaps this was my new purpose in life. So I continued to have both people and opportunities placed in front of me to do something about this. At first, in one of the schools that my children participated in, I was asked to actually head up an adopt-a-family program, and that taught me the basic skills of what it takes to run a nonprofit. And when my children left that school, I still thirsted for more. And I thought, I'm going to go a little bit further with this. And then we went into the public schools and asked them, what specific needs do you have? And that's when the hygiene items came up and the backpacks filled with school supplies came up. And then once the bus cuts were done with economy and whatnot, bicycle needs came up. So as these needs came up, we were a little overwhelmed, but we thought, we can do this. And we started adding those into things that we tried to do. And we are limited at this point in what we do, but we're trying to do more each year as we progress.
Okay, and when did you start with this project?
I actually, well, I started helping through the Adopt-a-Family program probably about 7 years ago, but I started Unspoken Works 2 years ago on my own.
Okay, and how did the name of Unspoken Works come out?
Two things. At the point when I first started Unspoken Works, bikes was a huge part of our program. So spoke in the unspoken comes from the spokes of a bicycle. Oh. And I don't like to take credit for this program at all. I want people to just know that it comes from someone that cares about them, that there is someone out there that cares about them. It doesn't matter who it is, it's just someone. So that's the unspoken part of it. So okay. It's Unspoken Works.
And where is it that you help? You have mentioned that you help foster families and programs, and also some of the schools here in Gilroy.
Yes.
Does it expand outside of Gilroy?
Yes. When we work with the foster care programs and the social service programs, they give us children in Hollister, Morgan Hill, and Gilroy. And so we have children from all, in fact, we currently have children in our roster that are from South San Jose as well. That's why we say we help Santa Clara and San Benito counties. Currently, with our limited funds, we're only able to help out some of the schools in Gilroy, but we're hoping to expand as our funds become bigger.
And it sounds like a huge job, like a full-time job.
It is, unfortunately. I live, breathe, and eat this. It's huge, but I have a lot of helpers, and without them, I could not have done this. I knew there came a point where I had to make a decision. I've either got to stop it because I cannot do this by myself, or I need to go full force and create a nonprofit, and that's what I did.
Who are these helpers?
They're my board members. Names?
You
we have
yes.
we have Mike King, we have Susan Britton, we have Jackie Dilly, we have Debbie Snell. My husband helps out quite a bit as well. Debbie Snell's husband, Michael, helps out, and you help out with our fundraising. So we try to get as many people on even subcommittees as we can.
And I understand too that your church also.
Yes, First Baptist Church has been extremely generous, because at the current time we're still waiting for our own 501c3 number. And so what we were legally advised to do was create what's called a pass-through account, where we are our own entity and we are our own nonprofit, but we are a pass-through account of First Baptist. So they cover all our administrative fees and costs, but we use their tax ID number so that we can receive donations and do our fundraising so that we can do what we do. Otherwise, we were stuck in the mud not being able to help children.
And tell me a little bit about last year and some of the projects that you worked on and the families that you helped.
In addition to the 5 things that we do as far as backpacks and hygiene items, we adopted children and families at Christmas and helped them out. And it's overwhelming because we keep them secret from the donors. So the donors, they just give from their hearts. We ask them to help in however they feel they would like to. If they'd like to adopt a child and service their whole needs, from clothing to gifts, or if they would just like to buy gift cards and we'll do the shopping for them, or if they'd just like to give money and we'll spend it on the family as it needs. And I can't tell you the people that helped so generously. And the people that did go shopping, I didn't even have to tell them. They bought the gifts that the family wanted without me even having to tell them. And these families were truly blessed without even having to communicate the needs. I was blown away.
What were some of the reactions from the families or comments?
Lots of tears. Lots of tears. One of the things that we do, the biggest thing that we do, is give hygiene items. And I know that sounds really, some people go, really, hygiene items? You're going to give people hygiene items? And for the schools, we give hygiene bags. We create a bag for girls and a bag for boys. And these mostly go to the middle schools because that's a real changing point in a child's life. But when the school notifies us that there's a bigger problem than just that child, like the family is having financial issues, and we create a bigger basket, actually a laundry basket full of items that includes toilet paper and household hygiene items. I have had people cry over toilet paper and admit to me that they've stolen toilet paper out of restaurants, restrooms, because they could not afford toilet paper. And for most of us, that's not even a thought when you go into the store and pick up toilet paper. You would never dream that you'd have to steal that just to get that. But I think it's an overlooked necessity that people think, well, that's kind of silly, but it's not. It's in an economy where parents have to choose between hygiene items and food. It's a big one.
Food, of course.
And it gives, when we give these hygiene bags and products to families, for the children, it boosts their self-esteem and lets them hold their head high in school and fit in with the other kids instead of getting picked on. And that to me is big, because I was picked on, and it breaks my heart to see a kid picked on, and anyone that was ever picked on can relate. So.
Oh yes, definitely. And you were also telling me earlier that some kids don't even take showers because they don't have soap, they don't have shampoo.
That's correct.
And when they get even those little samples.
Right, we do in the bags, we provide full-size products. And it's, you know, the girls' bags have shampoo, a light acne wash for their face, a body wash, a comb, toothpaste, toothbrushes, feminine products. And the boys as well get the same things. a comb. They get shaving cream, no razors for liability reasons. But just things so that they're clean when they go to school. And then again, if their family needs extra help, in the bigger laundry basket is laundry detergent, because that's a big expense when you have to go purchase something like that. So then their outer clothes are clean. Because what I also noticed when I was volunteering is our teachers in the school system take a lot of their own money and help children in classes. And they don't make a lot of money. So they reach out and spend a lot of their hard-earned money on students. And in my opinion, it's the community's responsibility to help community. And we should all work together to help these kids and not just put it on the teachers. It shouldn't be just on one group of people. It should be a community effort to help these kids.
Definitely. And do you have a number of children or families that you have helped up until now?
Well, last year we were able to help in one way or another. 313 children was the exact number. And we were able to take on 4 families at Christmas. As far as families, I didn't really keep track of the baskets that we put together. It was just as they came in, I filled them up and brought them to the school. And we stay out of that picture. But that was our number. We gave out 150 bikes, but we were able, through all of the things that we do, touch 313 children. And we're going to most likely double that number this year, just in already where we've started.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
And the bikes, who donates those bikes to you?
We apply, with the help of one of our board members, Mike King, we apply for a grant through Turning Wheels for Kids. And we've been successful for, I believe, the last 6 years, getting at least a portion of what we request. Like last year, we did apply for 313 bikes, but gratefully we got 150. And that was huge.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, we don't expect to get, but the hardest thing for me is to go through and pick the kids that get the 150 that we get. And it racks me for that week of trying to pick which kids get which bikes. But then we move the kids that didn't get them to the next year.
Exactly.
So that they can be on our list.
Well, that sounds great. And we are going to take a little break.
Okay.
And then when we return, we will talk about your first summer fundraiser, which is coming up in June. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a few minutes.
The Teachers Learning Center. It's an opportunity for teachers to enhance their teaching skills. It's located in the library's mezzanine. It's a place where instructors can learn about Excel grading, iLearn, and much more. It's a perfect place to have a meeting or just a place to relax. It's open daily, Monday through Thursdays, 8:30 to 5 p.m., and Fridays, 8:30 to 3 p.m.
Well, thank you for continuing with us. And we're talking to Lisa Bruce, and she is the founder of Unspoken Works here in Gilroy, and they help families and children with various needs. And this summer, June 9th, they will be having their very first summer fundraiser, and it's going to be here in Gilroy, Hecker Pass, and it's Hecker Pass Winery, June 9th, starting at 4 p.m. So tell us a little bit about this fundraiser, and what is it that you are expecting?
Well, we're having the fundraiser, of course, to raise funds so that we can continue to help the children that we already have on our books, but also to reach out to even more children, because the more schools that hear about us, of course, they would like to receive the services that we provide, and we would love to provide them.
Yes.
But we have to raise funds to do that. So we came up with the idea of doing a dinner silent auction event, which is exciting because I love to do parties and stuff like that. So I thought this would be great.
Silent auction.
Yes, silent auction.
That sounds great to me.
Yes, it is. And we have had so many generous donors give us stuff to auction off. It's going to be a great auction. So very excited.
Well, tell us a little bit about some of these items so we can motivate our audience.
Well, we have sports memorabilia donated from the Golden State Warriors. We have a jersey signed by Brandon Rush. We have a 49ers football. And we just got notified that we received a hockey puck from the Sharks. and I cannot remember who signed that at the moment. We have SaberCats tickets, and we have San Jose Giants tickets.
Wow.
We have golf packages, we have wine packages, we have gift cards to almost every restaurant I can think of. We have themed baskets that we've just thought of and put together of every kind that we would think people would be interested in. We have tools that were donated from like Lowe's and Home Depot and Orchard Supply, and it's if you can think of it, I think we pretty much have it. We have Starbucks donated a lot of coffee and stuff.
There.
I know it's really good stuff. We have jewelry,
Wine,
candles,
Starbucks, and jewelry.
Yes, it's a lot of stuff, and
One of each piece.
it's all in my front room right now. I can't even open up the one door because we're so busy putting it together.
Well, it sounds like a success
Yes,
already.
Yes, already the donations are a huge success, which we've been working on that for probably about 3 months because I knew we had to start early.
Yes, and well, at the beginning of this idea, you were actually going to have this
Yes.
fundraiser in your house.
Yes, I was going to have a little get together in my backyard, and I thought, oh, wouldn't that be cool? We'll raise a couple $100s.
Yeah.
And no, God kept saying to me, no, Lisa, you're going to go a little bigger on this. And I kept saying, no, I can't do it. I am not equipped for this. I've never done fundraising before. I've never done this. So I fought it for quite a while. And then it got so out of control that I finally just gave in and said, okay, we'll give it a go.
Yes.
And it has just snowballed from there.
It's going.
And it's going. So we are very excited.
And how did you find Hecker Pass and as the destination for this fundraiser?
I just called up, and that was the date we wanted it. We knew that, and that was the only date he had left available for this year. And he gave it to us and didn't even take a deposit because we are a new nonprofit and we don't have the money for even the down deposit. So I mean, that's why I can't do it. I keep trying to like have something go wrong so I can back out of this, and nothing will go wrong. So I'm like, hey, we're going for it. So yeah, we're having it, and it's going.
And it's going to be huge. How many people are you expecting?
We are hoping to fill the place, which would be 220 people. That's how much. That's how many seats we have available, and we are hoping.
Perfect.
If we have every seat filled, we will definitely reach our goal of hopefully raising $6,000.
Yes, and we'll continue talking about the fundraiser,
Okay.
and also if we can add the website and the phone number for Lisa. So if you're watching, you can either go online and also contact Lisa at the phone number that you're seeing right there on the screen for Lisa. And so then we have the fundraiser at Hecker Pass Winery. We have dinner, music, the works.
We also have, I'm very excited as well, because I talk to a lot of people, and this is pretty much all I talk about. We have some youth that will be entertaining us that I'm very excited about. We have a very young, I think it's called violinist, who is a master violinist that will be playing for us, as well a young lady that she herself was picked on and bullied in school, and dealt with a great deal of depression, and heard about us and asked if she could play, and she sent me a recording of herself, and she's a beautiful young woman that plays beautifully. And I said, of course, we would love to have you play at our event. So she'll be playing probably a few songs during dinner. But we try to support youth and let them know that community cares. And so they just have stepped up and asked if they can help. We are also having youth volunteer at the event for community service hours.
Exactly.
Because we want to make Unspoken Works not one person's dream. We want to make it a community dream. So.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of support.
Yes.
And the 220, I don't think it's going to be an issue.
I hope not.
And so what are your expectations? So let's say if it's a full house, what are you expecting to raise?
Like I said, I've never done this before, and I'm hoping that we raise around $6,000 because earlier this year we were very blessed, and I applied for a grant and received a $2,000 grant from Gilroy Assistance League. And that was our budget for hygiene items alone. So that covered our hygiene items budget. So what we're trying to do through this fundraiser is cover our backpack budget, because our bicycle budget is pretty much covered through the grant that we receive there. So if we were to receive around $6,000, we could supply just about everyone that's demanding backpacks at this time from us. And we don't just give backpacks. We give backpacks that look like everybody else has, so that they don't stand out in the crowd that they've received a free backpack.
Right.
And we contact the school when we find out where the child goes and find out what grade they're in, so that they get exactly what the school requires them to have. So it's not just any old supply in there. It's exactly what they need for their school.
Wow, again, that takes a lot of work.
And it takes a lot of work, because then we have volunteers that have that list for a 7th grader that goes to a specific school, and they stuff that backpack. And that's all we do in the summer, is shop at penny sales all summer to stuff these backpacks as cheaply as we can.
Wow, and the backpacks go to the students in August?
Yes, we try to get them to them either the very beginning of school or the week before, as soon as we can, because that's when all the sales really hit. And that's when they start ending.
Okay.
So,
and besides the backpacks in the fall, what else would you like to do this year for the community?
You know, whatever comes up, we kind of just take on as a challenge, and that's what we do. We do stockings along with the bicycles, but these are our main things right now. We haven't added anything to them. But if a need arises that we feel is something we would like to take on, then of course we would.
Okay, and the bikes and the stockings are for Christmas time.
Correct.
And do you ever get any emergency cases?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have an example?
It happens all the time, and I'll just run to the store and get the stuff if there's not money in the budget, and that's how it's taken care of. Yeah, because I've been doing this for 7 years total, like I said, through the Adopt a Family program. So my name is fairly well known out there, that if you need something, I'm the one to call.
Okay.
And I do. I get calls, and if it's a legitimate need, I'll make sure it's covered, and whatever it takes. So.
And your board,
yes,
they're very much involved.
Very much.
And can you tell us a little bit about them and how they came to be a part of this organization, and their passion for helping?
Well, they all have a passion for helping. Jackie is the vice president, and her and I actually went to high school together and reunited a few years ago. And that was my final decision after meeting up with Jackie, that we were going to go forward with a nonprofit, because she had a heart as strong as mine to go forward with this. So that's how we decided, yes, we will go forward. And then we just had different people step up with different talents, and it was like a puzzle being put together, because each person brings a different talent to the board, and that's exactly what we need. You know, Mike is our grant writer. For the bikes, we could not do this without him. Debbie is, you know, she's just so talented. She's creating all the boards for the silent auction and everything. Sue has done fundraising on her own, so she gives us all sorts of advice. So each person that's on our board brings their own unique talent, and whenever something comes up, usually someone will go, oh, I've done that before, and it gets covered. So I would have quit a long time ago if we didn't have the board that we have. So we're very blessed.
Yes, and in the future, how do you see Unspoken Works?
I always say I never know, because a year ago, if you had told me we'd be here, I would have not, I wouldn't have believed it. No, yes. I never thought it would get this big.
So quickly.
So quickly.
Yes.
No, so I can't say. It's scary. But I do believe that this is going to turn into a community nonprofit that just really helps community. And I think hopefully will teach this generation of children that there are people that care, and it's okay to give. and give of your heart, because I think that's something missing in this young generation.
Yes, and again, I want to remind our viewers that Unspoken Works will be having its very first summer fundraiser. This is going to be June 9th. That's a Saturday at Hecker Pass Winery. And you can purchase your tickets and go have fun, enjoy, and help a great cause. So if you would like more information, you need to call Lisa at 408-821-8180. And we're going to be adding that information in a few minutes as well. And also there's an email, caring@unspokenworks.com, or the website.
Yes.
And so, you know, there's a lot of need.
Yes.
And this is why you're doing this. And this is why you are getting all the help from the board members, from church, from the community.
Yes.
And when you go out there and you ask, and sometimes you don't even ask.
No.
And they just give you.
No, I went this weekend to ask if I could hang one of these flyers in the window of a restaurant in Morgan Hill, and he goes, no, we don't have any window space, but could I give you a donation? I'm like, are you joking? I wasn't even going to ask for donations today. But yes, I'm overwhelmed with the community generosity.
And I think, you know, Gilroy, Morgan Hill, small communities, but with a big heart.
Yes.
And but with a big heart, there's also that need that we're talking about. All these children and families that don't have enough, and they need Unspoken Works, and we need this organization to continue to grow.
I think this can change our future. It can, because as these children get older, they're going to learn how to give, and they're going to know that they have a community. Instead of working against the community, they're going to work with the community. And I see it happen in some of the kids that we help.
And bring in hope to these kids and families. And I think it's, you know, you are doing a great job, you and the board, and this is just the beginning of something huge.
Yes.
And hopefully we get our audience to come and enjoy themselves and help this good cause on June 9th. And then get to know Lisa Bruce, the board, and Unspoken Works, and to continue to help in this great cause. So I think we are at the end of this show. Okay. Thank you so much for being here and letting us know about your passion and about Unspoken Works and about this fundraiser. We wish you the very best.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you on June 9th.
Yes, we will see you.
So if you'd like more information, call Lisa Bruce at 408-821-8180. Thank you for watching Gavilan Connects. I'm Esmeralda Montenegro. See you next time.